in Surah النصر إذا جاء نصر الله والفتح ورأيت الناس يدخلون في دين الله أفواجا فسبح بحمد ربك واستغفر إنه كان توابا. Why istegfar in this surah after we see the people joining?
Oh yes, I have spoken volumes on this subject. Why istegfar? The first reason is already given by me with reference to Abdul Rahman's question. First of all, you should remember that this verse does not create a picture where armies of Islam are moving into foreign lands. It creates an opposite picture where armies of non-Muslims are becoming Muslims and invading the land of Islam. So such a victory has never been witnessed anywhere else. Such a victory is not territorial. This is the first message which is delivered to the Muslims, that when you become victorious, do not think in terms of territories won, because it is your territory which is going to be won by the erstwhile enemies. They will turn to Muslims and they'll invade the central territories of Islam. إِذَا جَاءَ نَصْرُ اللَّهِ وَالْفَتْحُ إِذَا جَاءَ نَصْرُ اللَّهِ وَالْفَتْحُ وَرَأَيْتَ النَّاسَ يَدْخُلُونَ فِي دِينِ اللَّهِ أَفْوَاجًا. Army after army of such people will enter Allah's faith. Then they would learn their Islam from the people who were bestowed the message in the first place. And they will also bring some flaws and faults which they used to have before becoming Muslims. So these are two factors which must be kept in mind. Some characters of the Muslims who were their hosts to teach them Islam would automatically be transferred to them, and if we are not mindful of what we transfer to them, we may transfer to them our weaknesses as well. So istegfar is essential. Now this you can understand better with reference to Ahmadiyyat spreading in different countries, in different nations. Whenever new Ahmadis, new converts come, the main worry we suffer from is, the main worry we exercise because of their sake and because of this verse, is how to entertain them in a manner that the weaknesses of the people who convert them are not transferred to them. That has been our main worry, for instance, in Germany. Many people are converting to Ahmadiyyat from different nations in Germany, from Africa, from East Europe, etc., etc. And whenever I visit Germany, I tell those who convert them, for God's sake, be mindful that your bad habits are completely shed. Otherwise, they will think this is Islam. And they will go on imitating you in whatever lax attitudes you practice Islam. I always do that because of this verse. It's a time for istegfar. So the first celebration of Islam is istegfar. That celebration does not require any drums to beat upon. No bugles. Just istegfar. The sound of istegfar, the exercise of istegfar, and constant attention paid to one's own weaknesses so that they are removed. Now that is one aspect of istegfar as mentioned in this verse. Secondly, the people who come, they also bring their bad habits. There is istegfar needed for them, and istegfar needed for those who receive them. They may ultimately be influenced by those habits and start enjoying life in the way they do. So istegfar is required on both sides and repeatedly so. Now, istegfar prepares you for hamd, because this victory will not be worthy of any hamd if istegfar has not cleansed or purified the victory on both sides. If those who convert have not been purified, if those who are converted are not purified, then to this victory there is no hamd. And no hamd for him who effects that victory in reality, and which is Allah. You have no right to indulge in hamd of Allah if the victory you attain is so filthy that it is only in number and bodies and does not in any way introduce the characters of God, the attributes of God to the people who convert and the people who are converted. So if this is the victory with istigfar, then you can sing the praise of Allah. What a victory you have granted us. And again, it should be remembered that praises are sung to him who is the main cause of that victory, who should be held who should be paid tribute for that victory. Now this hamd needs another sort of istighfar as well, because when you gain such victories and people come and join Islam, you begin to praise yourself. You think you have achieved great things, which is wrong. It is Allah who permits you to do so, Allah who strengthens you to do so, Allah who sees to it that your efforts are not lost, and they do turn into victory. So many a time man is so stupid and so forgetful, so oblivious of his own inner self, that he thinks, I have done great things, I have achieved such great victory in that country, in that country. That moment his victory is lost. So he should do istighfar for praising himself. And when he has got rid of that false praise, the only being who is worthy of praise is Allah. So do istighfar from that aspect as well. And when you have done that, then of course you can sing the praises of Allah. Then he would love those songs of praise for him. And when you do that, then Allah will bestow praises on you. Because Allah always does it. Whoever praises him, so instead of praising your own self, praise Allah and wait for his praises to be showered on you, which will be much greater, much loftier in their character and, in their heights. So this verse is a fantastic verse. It tells you everything about preaching, how it should be carried out, and as to the effect of that preaching, how that effect should be visualized by you, seen by you, examined by you, and in accordance with that analysis of that effect, you change your own self. So you cannot quote a similar verse in the entire divine literature of the world. In so few words, so much is said. that one looks with wonder at this verse, and then the real harm begins. Right? Follow the message? Thank you. Now, permit me to do something, and I'll return within a few minutes. Will it take you 7 minutes, 10 or less?
I think about 10.
About 10. Please be seated. Continue.
You start